We welcome you to Noche and Beyond here on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the players' jerseys, tonight a celebration of the Latin culture. Along with Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We're excited to have with us two-time NBA scoring champion, Shaquille O'Neal.
Hey,
Shaq,
Kevin.
how are you?
I'm doing fine. Hey, Greg, what's going on? Greg, you got some of that when I was scoring champ, huh?
Oh, man.
Got some of those battles.
I always tell a story. We were playing the Lakers in the conference finals. I was with the Blazers, and Shaq had the ball. You know, like big fellas down there, so you got to go down and try to swipe the ball from him. So I go down, and I swipe as hard as I can, right, to try to knock the ball. He doesn't even feel it. I popped my shoulder out of place.
Oh, no
True
kidding.
story. And so I didn't want anybody to know I was hurt. So I just, signaled to the coach, hey, I'm going to come out for a minute. I got to go to the bathroom. I ran in the hall.
Popping your shoulder
Man, I ran in the
back
hall.
there.
I was crying like a baby.
Oh.
True story, man. Big fella, he's grown.
GA, it's all yours.
Well, Kevin, even though starters are important, those great sixth men have been the key to so many championship teams. Think about the likes of Andre Iguodala, Manu Ginobili, Lamar Odom. And still, with some, there's a stigma to coming off the bench. Iguodala said it's ingrained early, but in particular, he said, in the NBA, it's I need to get paid like a starter. And guys, that's a sacrifice that not many are willing to line up for.
David Aldridge, thank you.
And the big man, Anthony Davis, leaving the team that drafted him to be a part of a superstar duo with the Lakers. Shaq, does that at all sound familiar?
Yeah, listen, some drama was made about the way he got to the West Coast, but hopefully he can collect those rings just like I did with the Lakers. Look, the first spot for him was a struggle, and he said, you know what, I want to be with a contender. I think I'm a great player. So I wish him very well.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Washington and Zeller are in the middle. Terry Rozier is out there with ball, and it's Hayward in at the 3 slot. And for the Lakers, Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Morris is out there with Marc Gasol, and it's Schroeder in at the point. And it's good for 2.
Marc Gasol, he's pretty good with a hand in his face. It doesn't bother him.
Pass to Washington. He kicks it to Hayward. Charlotte moving the ball around, and good that time.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Lakers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Shaq, back in the day, you drew double teams. You made the defense pay by setting up your teammates with terrific passing. Which bigs now do you see following in your footsteps, in those footsteps?
My Ben Simmons, former LSU guy, when he gets aggressive in the paint, they double. He definitely looks for his players. Listen, LeBron James is the best passer among non-guards. Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns, Joel Embiid. Look, you got to use the others if you want to get to that next level.
Now, here's ball. Hayward outside. And Gasol sends it back. And here we go, fast break. LeBron's got it. Deflects the pass. Rozier with the steal. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. The pass to Zeller. This one for 3. And it's Rozier missing.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile 1 block?
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
The Hornets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Hayward outside. Poke loose. Caldwell Pope brings the double team from deep. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Jack, we all know it would happen for you. First ballot Hall of Famer. What's it been like joining that incredible group, that historic company?
Well, I just say I'm both proud and humbled, and it's something I couldn't have imagined growing up. And I can remember my first taste of confidence was a guy named Kevin Harlan. I was in Kansas City at the McDonald's All-American game. Nobody really knew who the kid from Texas was. I said, I got to make a name for myself. I took it coast to coast and threw it down. And then I looked at you and you were going crazy. I didn't know what you were saying, but then when I got home, my dad had recorded on VHS in that lovely voice, Shaquille O'Neal, take it. I was like, man, I love that voice. And here we are again. I don't know how many years that is. I don't want to show it.
It's a long time, isn't it? Yes.
I'm here because of you. Thank you.
Remember it. Galloping O'Neal down the court.
Yes.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Charlotte shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. And the first one drops. Jack, you've played with so many other stars during your career, but talk about some of the incredible role players that were so important for you and the teams you played on.
You know, you like to use the word role players, Kevin. I like to use the word others. Off the top of my head, Udonis Haslam, Robert Ory, Mike Penberthy, Derek Fisher, Rick Fox, my main man Horace Grant, and my OGs, Brian Shaw and Gary Payton.
Yep. Good names. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Morris, left side. The rebound by Washington. Charlotte's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Ball dishes to Zeller. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
I'm not sure what happened on that play. May have relaxed a little bit once he got to the rim.
Here's Caldwell Pope. Hornets with the rebound. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another. Really the story of the game.
I was surprised they put up so little fight. That was not the team I expected to see that night.
For Charlotte, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. The first one falls, and the Hornets making a change here. Jack, we know you were born in New Jersey, but moved around a lot growing up. What effect did that have, seeing so much of the world at such a young age?
I think seeing the world gives you perspective. I think it's, gets you to the point where you could experience different points of view. I've always said that I have the Karate Kid sort of life. I can relate to all people.
I like that. That's a good comparison. No good on that one. And the Hornets now going the other way. Rozier looking around. Outside Martin. He dishes it to Bridges. Outside Martin. Clock at 4. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Lakers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting so far, just 25%. Harrell, the pass to Kuzma. Tries again. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Anytime you watch Kyle, you see the production, plus you see the potential for more.
And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Hornets. Trailing by 2. Pass to Zeller. Back to Rozier. Got a piece of it, and he gets it back. Good on the shot.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And you think back, some of the best centers ever to patrol the paint wore a Lakers jersey. I mean, go right on down the line. Shaq, what did it mean to carry on that big man tradition with that franchise?
Well, I knew no matter what I did at the Laker franchise, I was going to be number 4. George Mikan, rest in peace. Wilt Chamberlain, rest in peace. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, just wanted to be in those categories, and I think I am number 4.
Well, you're humble, but, I mean, there's very little separation with those 4 players.
Listen,
putting
at the
Shaq
end of the day,
in that group, right?
Shaq's
Come
an
on.
all-time great,
Absolutely.
and he knows it. But in all fairness, as are those guys. And I always tell people it's not fair to try to compare eras. You can only dominate what's in front of you, and all 4 of those guys have dominated.
I like that. I'm going to have to...
You can use that.
No, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to take it.
No, that's already patented.
No,
I got that patented, baby.
Well, I own the patent company.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Biyombo is checked in for Cody Zeller, and Martin subbed in for Rozier. Now, here's Kuzma. His last outing, 16 points for him. Harrell, that's good.
What a great shot. This is why Harrell shoots over 60% for his career.
Graham surveying the floor. Drills the three-pointer. Graham's got 5.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
There's 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Kuzma, left side. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Outside, Martin. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Passes to Horton Tucker. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
Strong move at the rim. The defender was just a tad bit late in contesting.
It's Martin on the wing. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. With 1 on the clock, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. The Hornets on top. They lead by 3. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And earlier we got a few words from Marc Gasol regarding his former teammate in Toronto, Kawhi Leonard.
The way he plays defensively, you know what he stands for, and how competitive he is. I mean, I don't need somebody to bang his chest or like scream or like be one of those guys to know if you're competitive or not. Like, I think that's the way he is, and I respect that. And he's actually a really good, teammate and vocal and speaks when he needs to speak.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019, largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And 2 former Defensive Players of the Year on the same team. That's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast. As the second quarter getting going right now. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
I mean, offensively, I thought they did a good job of protecting the ball. And defensively, boy, were they disruptive.
Winning the turnover battle here early on, and you see that reflected in the score.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. Ball out there with Devontae Graham. Then there's Miles Bridges. And there's Bismack Biyombo. And it's Martin in at the small forward.
One of several late first-round steals in the 2017 draft, Kuzma has a higher ceiling than many scouts anticipated.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Kuzma. Shaq, you played on some great teams with a lot of other great players. Who stands out as maybe the best of the best you played with?
Well, I don't like to isolate these guys, but I just say I was lucky enough to have a three amigo set. Penny Hardaway, Kobe Bryant, and D. Wade. And then, towards the end of my career, I got to play with LeBron James and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen, but I was a little too old then.
I tell you, Dick Fella, a lot of people forget just how special Penny Hardaway was because of the injury.
He's special.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Now, here is Morris. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Minnesota.
And don't forget about the work he did on the boards. His rebounding was a huge help in that game.
Lakers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Markieff Morris taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Morris. It seems like we're in an era of tandems in the NBA. Teams with at least 2 great players. Shaq, if you're selecting a pair to start a team with, mix and match however you want, who would you take?
Definitely got to take the Greek Freak, and I'm going to take Luka Doncic. Because they're superstars already, but they're still entering their prime. Give me those 2, it's a wrap.
Yeah, for me, Luka, no doubt about it. It'd be interesting to see how those 2 would play together. I wouldn't mind pairing Luka with a guy like Kawhi, though. That could be kind of interesting.
Luka with anybody would be interesting.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Morris inside. Washington's on him. Morris, no good. Hornets leading by 8. Martin wide open. He fires. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles, and that one's good. Schroeder.
He has a wiry frame, but he's stronger than he looks. Schroeder, unafraid of contact, able to complete the play.
Schroeder against Ball. Hayward outside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. For Charlotte, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And he makes the first.
When you look back at the draft reports on Hayward, many scouts felt like he would be a player, but never a star.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Zeller, he's checked in for Biyombo. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Martin. And he makes both free throws.
Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Lakers trail by 8. And here's Schroeder. He had 16 points in the win against Minnesota. Here's Gasol. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Yeah, liking the vision there from Caldwell Pope, looking to get his guys going when they're open.
Hayward outside. Ball with a wide open look. Here's Zeller and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Kuzma. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Kuzma's got 4 points in the quarter.
Teams try to play Kuzma physical, but he has the strength to power right through contact.
Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Hornets have been excellent at the free throw line here today, a flawless 6 for 6. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
The Lakers making a switch here. James is checked in. Los Angeles on D. It's a 5-point game. Here's Ball. The pass to Rozier. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Here we go, one-on-one. And there's Schroeder. That's good. The assist by Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope's got 3 assists now in this one. Ball dishes to Zeller. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Fast break, the Lakers. Schroeder leading the charge.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yes, getting a little ahead of himself on that play.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
And Hayward with the stuff.
I mean, you talk about the great athletes in the NBA. Don't forget about Gordon Hayward. He can run.
Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Morris right side. Oh, that's blocked. Ball feeling it out a bit. The jump hook, and James pulls it down. James has got 5 rebounds tonight. And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down to 6, and the bucket from Schroeder.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
And here's a chance to look at stats for Zeller. How his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the calls.
Now, here's Rozier. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Denver. And Shaq, a pleasure to have you with us. Great to hear your observation as always. I hope you join us again.
I will. Happy to give them anytime. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much.
Man, they really are chomping at the bit to get you back up there.
Yeah, they want you back in the studio.
Nope, I'd rather be here with you guys.
Good. We want you here too. And Steve, there are people who have to focus on one thing to get it right. Yet Shaq can execute so many things at a high level at the same time.
You're so right, Kevin. We know he's one of the best to ever put on a uniform. A lot of people always talk about his offense, but he made second-team all-defense 3 times. He can do it all on the court and now in the broadcasting booth.
Goes back up. Harrell. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And the energy of a guy like Montrezl Harrell can rub off on the entire team.
Yes, it can. GA, he plays with a high motor, generates steals, blocks, and deflections. He's active all over the court, and now we're seeing it on the offensive end as well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Biyombo comes in for Zeller, and Martin subbed in for Terry Rozier. The free throw off from Harrell.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. 2 points, that one goes. Harrell's got 4 points in the quarter.
Here in the second quarter, he's looking much more comfortable with his offense.
Now Graham. He's got 7. And there's the foul. It'll go on Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game. 5 seconds left in the second quarter. Graham from outside. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. So it's Gordon Hayward making things happen for Charlotte. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be back with you shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And we hope you enjoyed the competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. That guy right there is Shaquille O'Neal, and that guy right there is Kenny the Jet Smith. And making the long walk back from the courtside broadcasting booth, the esteemed and somewhat winded Shaquille O'Neal.
Very funny, Ernie. I'm not tired. I took the elevator.
Yeah, it was a freight elevator.
Watch your mouth, kid.
All right, that was key. Give this man some mouth-to-mouth.
Oh, not me.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Gordon Hayward with another strong contribution so far in this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris, and it's Schroeder in at the point guard. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that Mobile 1 block.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Shot from the inbound. Morris trying to free himself up. Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down now to just 6 in the basket from James. Charlotte has gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Rozier against James, and that one is stuffed right through.
For Rozier to be effective, that's just what he has to do. Keep moving, don't sit back and be passive.
Caldwell Pope passes to Morris. Knocked away. Stolen by Washington. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for Charlotte. Shoots it up. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Even though that one didn't go down, I like the offensive game plan here. 3 for 4 coming out of the break. I don't get it. He was so efficient in the first half, 0 turnovers, but since the break, he's been a disaster.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Los Angeles. Schroeder against Ball. Here's Hayward. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got his 5th assist in this one. Lakers trail by 10. Kuzma outside. Feeds to Gasol. He doesn't hit that one.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
The shot's good from Gordon Hayward. And that's 15 points for Gordon Hayward.
Well, this is Gordon Hayward, an unselfish player who can also light it up himself and can do it for long stretches.
A fast break now for Charlotte. Fires from 14. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
And usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but not now.
LeBron passes to Kuzma to stop the run. And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game. Charlotte making a switch here. Bridges checks in. Hornets leading by 14. When Kuzma first entered the league, the Lakers were a rebuilding team. Now, Greg, he's one of the more experienced pieces on this team.
And Kuzma's made the most of it, switching to a learning role, tries to absorb as much as he can from the vets, and he does everything he can to pick their brain and improve on those little things in terms of championship caliber basketball.
And for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's best when he lets the game come to him, when he's not forcing shots, not making things tough on himself, not making tough passes. Smitty, a simple approach does wonders for him.
Kevin, you applaud the maturity of KCP to realize that. He knew he needed to change his game to improve. Focusing on making the easy play has made him a very valuable member of this team.
And the first one at the line is good.
Yeah, much improved foul shooter. KCP also starting to get to the line at a higher rate.
Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And so he makes both from the line. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Now here's Graham. He's covered closely. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It's often a tough call that can go either way, but I agree with you on that one.
Lakers trail by 12. Kuzma left side. The rebound by Washington. Washington's got his fourth rebound in this one. The Hornets have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third, a 75% clip. The Lakers have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. A very slow start offensively. Martin with it, now guarded by Harrell, and then Washington with the dunk.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
I mean, that's a good job working the ball inside and getting a quality shot.
Martin against Caldwell-Pope. And it's Martin missing. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Another shot. Here's Harrell. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Martin kicks to Graham. No good from outside. Lakers trail by 12. Here's Caldwell-Pope. A beautiful reverse layup.
And part of an overall effort for Kentavious going for higher percentage shots. That time working inside.
Now here's Biyombo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's the floater. And the rejection by Harrell. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand.
I mean, a dunk machine dating back to high school. Montrezl Harrell is an absolute monster around the rim.
Charlotte calls timeout. And the former Utah Ute, Kyle Kuzma, can play either forward spot. Has a good blend, Smitty, of size and speed.
Yes, Kevin, but right now I prefer him at the 4. The reason why, he can stretch the floor, but he can tack a lot of those big forwards. And his shooting, it will get consistent as the years go on.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Martin's checked in for the Hornets. 54 seconds left here in the third quarter. No good there. Good work defensively by Morris. Lakers trail by 8. Here's Horton Tucker. Here's Kuzma. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Washington's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And it's Martin missing.
Well, so far, his cold night from the field has not affected their ability to maintain this lead.
And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
A little bit late there, but you tried to get into your opponent's head. Force them to go somewhere else with the ball, and he did that.
Zeller, he's checked in for P.J. Washington.
All you have to do is point to their turnovers this quarter. There's a reason the scoreboard looks like it does.
Charlotte leading by 8. Graham inside the line. Trying to get something going. And Zeller with the lay-in. Zeller's got his second basket of the night.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. No good on the second free throw. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Hornets lead by 11. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You see why they trust him with the ball in his hands. He can make the simple play, and he can pull off the spectacular.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Charlotte, Hayward out there with Cody Zeller. Then there's Terry Rozier. Then it's Ball, and it's Martin in at the small forward position. Pass to Horton Tucker. Now Harrell. Schroeder outside. Shoots over Ball. A second chance effort. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And here's the upcoming schedule for Charlotte. On Saturday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Monday, they'll be playing against LaMarcus Aldridge and the San Antonio Spurs.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
That's good from Harrell. Greg, as a young player, one of your mentors was Patrick Ewing. How valuable was that to have that kind of guy tutoring you, mentoring you as you were just getting in the NBA?
I tell you, he was the consummate professional and really an incredible leader by example. This guy spent infinite amount of hours in the gym in the offseason honing his craft, first on the floor, last to leave it throughout his professional career. And that's something he had in common with all the truly greats who've ever played the game.
Wow. Now, here's Rozier. Left side, Ball. Rejected by Gasol.
The former Defensive Player of the Year, Gasol, showing his stuff.
Another ball. At the line for 2.
First one falls for him. Ball hits them both. And Schroeder's got the ball here for Los Angeles. Trailing by 13. It's stolen by Martin. For three, Hayward kept alive. Second shot opportunity. Gasol with the steal. Here's LeBron. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
The power, body control. LeBron finishes through contact as well as anyone we've seen.
To the middle. And finished off by Martin.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
No good from Gasol. Hornets leading by 13. And now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. And the basket by Rozier.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
The Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. James finds Harrell.
And hustle like that is why he leads this team in rebounds tonight.
Controlling the glass helps them maximize their number of possessions. He's done everything he can do to help them in that area.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Gordon Hayward with another strong contribution so far in this one.
This guy is killing you, and so far I haven't seen a good adjustment defensively.
Caldwell Pope, who's checked in for Los Angeles. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Bridges checks in. Lakers trail by 18. Passes it to Gasol. Looking to end the run. Harrell trying to free himself up. Gasol, no good. For Charlotte, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Rozier lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Rozier's got 5 points now this quarter. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Now here's LeBron. Here's Harrell. Shoots over Bridges. And the shot is long.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
And it's Harrell missing.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout, or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
Well, Smitty, you were a player with versatility and length. How much fun would you have had with today's style of play?
I think, Kevin, I was a guy that kind of played 1 through 3 at 6'8". But nowadays, I could have played 1 through 5. I would have loved playing the 5 position. Reason why, I could have got my shot off at any time I wanted. And the three-point shot, Kevin, you can take 10, 12 three-pointers. I would have loved that.
Now, here's ball. After the Marcus miss. Over in the corner, Rozier. Lays it up off the glass. Rozier's got 11 points here in just the second half.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
Especially considering it's on the road in front of a tough crowd. They've been able to block out the distractions. This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Outside ball. And the dunk by Zeller. Great game for him. Double-double now. 10 points and 16 rebounds.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then follows it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. Now here's Zeller after the miss from Contavious Caldwell-Pope.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Hornets.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Cody Zeller.
Boy, such a big factor in the game tonight. His intensity on the boards. Even when guys put a body on him, he somehow still beats them to the ball.
A platoon swap here for the Lakers. Here are the Hornets with the ball. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Fades. They get the rebound. Good on the 7-footer.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
And so the Hornets can now just hold on to the ball. Hayward outside. Pass to Martin. Monk with the ball. Now here's Hayward. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.